I'm just happy to talk about pigs. I freaking love pigs. We are the only animals capable of speech and language in such an advanced way. However, many other creatures on our planet do make sounds of sorts. We humans often like to replicate these sounds for a variety of reasons, but mainly we do it to entertain little kids, I suppose. What's interesting is that despite the fact that the sounds these animals make around the globe are the same, how we humans perceive them is different in different languages. In English, cows go moo, pigs go oink, and cats go meow. But in other languages, they're seen as making different sounds entirely in many cases. Let's look at the sounds animals make around the world. And quick side note, there's not much explaining to be done in this video, as the origins of these sounds are all pretty much onomatopoeic in regards to the sound the animal makes itself. So this video is more just me highlighting these sounds, as opposed to digging into where they actually came from. Why don't we kick things off with the animal that has claimed for centuries to be man's best friend? Dogs. In English, there are two words linked with the sound that dogs make, those being woof and bark. There are similar versions of these terms in other languages, like the French woof and the Norwegian woof. However, there are some different sounding ones in other languages. I really enjoy the Romanian ham ham for the sound a dog makes, but there's also the Turkish hev hev and the Chinese wow wow. But perhaps the strangest one out there is the Indonesian term for the sound a dog makes, that being gok gok. Like, how on earth does a dog make a sound anything like gok? If you're Indonesian and watching this, please explain that one to me down below. That'd be great, thanks. Another creature that is very well known for the sound it makes is a rooster, aka a male chicken. The sound a rooster makes is linked with things like the morning and being woken up at an ungodly hour. The rooster sound is so unique that it doesn't actually change all that much in other languages. In English, it is of course cock-a-doodle-doo, and this is very similar to the French coquelicot and the Hindi cuckoo-doo-doo-coo. I think I pronounced that last one right, but you know, my Hindi rooster isn't. I'm not that trained up on Hindi roosters, I'm afraid. If you're a Hindi rooster watching this, let me know how my pronunciation was. Great. One that is fairly different, however, is the Icelandic sound roosters make, that being gagalagoo. Once again, I think my pronunciation is okay there. I don't know, I'm just enjoying making these silly sounds. Though my personal favourite, I think, is the Latin term for this sound, which is simply go 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 go. Rooster sounds are definitely not as varied as other animal sounds, that's for sure, man. Imagine living in ancient Rome and having to do a rooster impression and just going go 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 go. That'd be wild. Like, people got up to all sorts in ancient Rome. Like, everyone thinks they were just there being like big and strong, but no, they're probably just people around making chicken sounds. Why not? Now, before we continue, I'd like to briefly talk about Patreon and Super Thanks. Patreon is the best way to financially support Name Explain, and donating just $1 a month gets you ad-free videos, a chance to say what names get explained, an exclusive monthly newsletter, and your name at the end of these videos. All that can be found at patreon.com/nameexplain, which will be linked down below. Conversely, if you want to just make a one-time donation, you can leave a super thanks directly in the comments section of any of my videos here on YouTube. They help out tremendously too. Thank you. Anyway, carrying on, we have pigs, which, by the way, are my favourite animal in the whole wide world. I adore pigs. If you ever just want to send me a picture of a pig on like Twitter, or not Twitter because Twitter's terrible. If you want to send me a picture of a pig on Instagram or like Threads, I'm on Threads by the way at NameExplainYT. I should mention that more often, or just Facebook, or just I don't know, just send me a picture of a pig in the post. That'd be great. But anyway, in English, the sound pigs make is linked with the word oink, which I've always found weird, as the sound a pig makes sounds nothing like the word oink. And trust me, I've seen a lot of pigs oink in my time, I can tell you that much. But anyway, one that is more fitting is the Albanian honk sound. That actually sounds somewhat more like the sound a pig makes. Likewise with the Swedish noff, which is really accurate to the sound a pig makes too. There's also the Polish quick quick, which, like the English oink, doesn't sound all that similar to the sound a pig makes. Though possibly the funniest one from an English language perspective is the French term for pig sounds, that being groin groin, and suffice to say, groin isn't a term for a pig's noise in English. Groin means like something else entirely, shall we say. One animal that is really well known for the sound it makes has to be frogs. The English word for their noise is ribbit, yet there's a huge variety of words around the world for this noise. Take the Polish kum kum, or the Japanese kio kio, or even the Italian kla kla. Other interesting ones include the Hungarian blakiki, or even the Turkish rak. Like, there's a lot going on there. I quite like that Turkish one. That actually does sound somewhat like the sound a frog makes. Like, I can see that one. Well done, Turkish. You've done good. But perhaps the most interesting one from an English language perspective has to be the German term, quack quack, which in English sounds a lot more like the sound a duck makes than the sound a frog makes. Finally, let's talk about mice. In English, there isn't a unique word for the sound a mouse makes. We tend to just use the word squeak, which is a word we use for various other sounds too. This makes the term for mouse sounds in other languages much more diverse. But what they tend to have in common is that they're all pretty cute sounding, which makes sense as mice are pretty cute little things. Take the Italian squeet squeet, which is similar to the English squeak. I, however, also really like the Swedish pip pip and the Spanish Q Q. Like, I'm just gonna say those in silly little voices. This video is just me saying things in silly voices, evidently, like I'm trying to amuse a child, I guess. Though my favourite has to be the Japanese term of choo choo for the sound mice make. The reason I enjoyed this one is because it helps us explain the name of one of the most famous mice out there. The choo at the end of Pikachu's name is an ode to this Japanese mouse sound, which is fitting as Pikachus are electric mice. Anyway, that's a collection of animal noises in other languages. Let me know about any other interesting animal noises in other languages I might have missed out on. Also, please suggest some subject areas down below which we could cover in next Monday's 5 Names Explained video. It could be about literally anything, and the subject area can be as niche or broad as you like. I will then choose 3 of those subject areas and place them in a poll for my patrons to vote on. Then the winner from that poll will be the subject area covered in the next 5 Names Explained video. You can vote in that poll as well as enjoy many other great benefits by visiting patreon.com/nameexplain, which will be linked down below, and by donating just $1 a month. Thank you. Anyway, that's more than enough from myself. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT, and don't forget to go join my Facebook page, Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Okay all, take care. Should we get going? Cool? Recording? Yep, cool. We humans often like to... The animals, these sounds, the animal... This is going bad, Amber. Bad. Romanian hum hum for the sound a dog makes. Dogs makes. For the sound a dog makes. It is linked with things like the morning, which is really accurate to the sound a pig makes too. Oh, pigs. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. I should just say it. I'm not going to attempt it, but there's a huge variety in words around the world. Which perspective? Do I do that again? Yeah, I'm going to do that again. Sorry, Amber.